Hello everyone and welcome back to the Marketing Empress. With this video on Google Analytics, we are starting with a series on digital marketing. Just a short disclaimer before we start with this video. This video, as the title suggests, is for extreme beginners. So if you are already using Google Analytics, this video is probably not for you. But if you're just starting off and you need to get a broader perspective on what Google Analytics is, then this video is just apt. Let's be honest, analytics is tough. But well, honestly, your work is incomplete if you do not know the numbers behind it. In my initial days when I started the Marketing Empress, I kid you not, I had absolutely no idea about Google Analytics. Well, being in the marketing field, I did have a vague idea about some numbers being involved, Google tracking a couple of things that's happening on your website, etc. But that's not enough when you're actually working on things. In my initial days, I had a really tough time finding that one blog, that one video that will give me a basic idea about Google Analytics. Of course, I'm not referring to the Google course on Google Analytics, but something which is a little more practical. After days and days of research, I could not find something that would just be a basic overview of what Google Analytics is. It felt as though everyone everywhere is assuming that we know it all. It's after months of studying, analyzing, and actually incorporating certain tips and tricks on Google Analytics is when I'm creating this video for all those people out there who just need to get an overview of what Google Analytics is. My focus throughout this video is aimed at keeping it very, very basic. So if you are someone who's just heard of the term Google Analytics, this video will still give you an overview. But before I do that, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss out on any updates that get uploaded on the channel. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's start with understanding what exactly is Google Analytics. Now, in its most basic sense, Google Analytics is a software or a medium through which you can track data on your website. I think before we delve into the topic of Google Analytics, let's understand the word analytics here. Now, in basic sense, analytics is drawing inferences from raw data. Your raw data can be something very simple, like just some columns and rows with numbers. But that data is totally useless if you do not get proper inferences out of them. I'm obviously not giving you a dictionary definition here, but I just need you to understand analytics as a term because it will help you understand the video better later on. So Google Analytics is a medium by Google that lets you track and draw inferences based on the visitors that have visited your website. Okay. So let's take an example. Say you've enabled a tracker on your website. Okay, now that tracker is just something that's placed at the bottom of your website, which will give you an overview of the number of visitors who've come onto your website. Now, Google Analytics will draw inferences based on the number of visitors on your website. Just knowing that yesterday there were 1,000 visitors on my website doesn't really help me. What I need to know is who are these visitors? Where are they coming from? What is that blog that they are reading? And where have they spent most of their time? All of this data is provided to you by Google Analytics. Now let's look at some of the must-know Google Analytics terms. Now, I'm going to take you through some terms that you must know before understanding Google Analytics. Of course, there's a lot more to know. There are tons and tons of terms and all those things that you need to be aware of. But here I am keeping my focus to the bare minimum that you need to know. Let's look at the first term, account. Now, whenever you sign up for Google Analytics, you get something known as an account. Now, this account is nothing but a term that's been provided to you by Google Analytics for your website. Within this particular account, you can set up multiple sites or properties, and Google Analytics will track each one of them for you. Next, property. Now, while account was a broader term, next we look at property. Now, what's a property? A property is just another name for your website or mobile app that you're trying to track. So, within an account, as I mentioned earlier, you can have multiple properties. You can have 5 websites, 6 websites, etc. Now, those websites, as per Google Analytics terms, are properties. So basically, if we were tracking content on the Marketing Empress, that would be my property as per Google Analytics.
Next, tracking ID.
This is one of the most important terms that you need to know. A tracking ID is something that Google assigns to your website. Now, this is a unique tracking code that's been enabled with respect to your website and the visitors, the information related to it with respect to Google. Now, how do you go about assigning that particular code and what is the functioning behind it? That is not something that we need to cover in this particular video. So let's move on.
Next up we have conversion.
Another important metric is that of conversion. Now, what this one tracks is the number of website visitors that you've had in a particular period of time and how many of them have actually converted. Now, what do I mean by converted? Conversion for a website can be anything. Say, for example, if I have an e-commerce website, conversion for me would be a particular sale being conducted. Whereas, like the Marketing Empress, if my conversion revolves around subscribing to a newsletter, then that's conversion for me as per Google Analytics. So, conversion is also going to give you an idea about how many people actually converted. Now, conversion rate is a big topic under digital marketing, and that's something I will cover in the coming videos as well. So, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do that ASAP because you will not miss out on any content that gets posted in the future.
Next we have traffic sources.
Before we get to understanding what traffic source is, let's just try and understand what do you mean by traffic. Now, am I referring to the traffic on the road? Definitely not. We're doing digital marketing here, guys. With respect to digital marketing, traffic is a term that's often used for the number of visitors on your website. So, if I were to understand the term traffic source, it's clear that it gives you the sources from which your traffic is coming on your website. It can be through Facebook, where you recently promoted an article, or it can be through organic Google rankings, etc. But this is crucial information because I need to know my traffic sources to be able to put a lot of emphasis on those as against the others later on when I'm trying to promote more content.
Next up, acquisition.
Now, do not get confused when it comes to acquisitions and traffic sources. These are two different things. Now, traffic sources can be with respect to giving you guys a little more general information. Acquisition, as the name suggests, is slightly more in detail. Also used in direct marketing. Like, say for example, you send across an email to your newsletters. Acquisition would be possibly the number of people who are opening and clicking on the email that you've sent your subscribers.
And lastly, we have active users.
Active users refers to the number of users that you have on your website during a particular period of time. This can be a week, this can be tracked as per months, and Google Analytics actually gives you a custom option wherein you can actually track data for a specific period of time. So if you want to put it from a particular date to a particular date, Google will help you do that as well.
Now that we know these terms, let's dive in a little deeper to understand how does Google Analytics work.
This is not a step-by-step tutorial on how you can use Google Analytics. But if that is something that you want in the future, please let me know in the comment box below and I will come up with something for you guys. If I were talking about the 5 steps in which you can incorporate Google Analytics on your website, that's something that I can cover up in this video. The first thing that you need to do is register your website on Google Analytics. Yes, of course, it's free and it's pretty simple. Just following the basic rules of your email ID, your website information, your domain name, etc. Again, after registering on Google Analytics, as I mentioned earlier, you will be given a unique tracking ID. This does nothing to you, but it helps Google track information. Also, this unique tracking ID can be used later if you want to get more information about your website. Now, when you have enough data, say for example, you've signed up on Google Analytics for a month or so, and you have enough data to track, you can generate something known as a report that gives you all the details about the number of visitors, the number of people who signed up, the conversion rate, etc. But of course, for that to happen, you also need to enable the Google Analytics ID or Google Analytics tracker on your website. Now, this will differ based on whether you're using a WordPress website or you're using a Wix website, etc. But this is crucial. Let me explain this with the help of an example. Now, the website of the Marketing Empress is already tracking data on Google Analytics. Let's understand what exactly is happening here. Now, a blog gets traffic through multiple sources. Like for example, on the Marketing Empress, our major traffic areas is through organic search and through social media. So whenever a new blog gets uploaded on the website, we update about it on our social media handles. So if I were tracking my data on Google Analytics, the two major areas that will be highlighted will be around organic search and social media. Google Analytics will give me more information about the visitors who visited my website during a particular period of time. And it will also give me more details about where these people came from. This helps me tremendously. Let's understand how. For example, if I look at the data given to me through Google Analytics and I know that maximum conversions happened through Facebook, I know that my marketing worked very well there. The blog is the same, but my conversions are different from that of Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So if Facebook is something that's working well for me and my target audience, I will be more driven towards ensuring that I get those people coming into my website more often. It's not just about finding out the social media handles that work well for you. In fact, the better part or something in addition that Google Analytics provides me is also giving me information about the countries from which your visitors are coming through. Now that's pretty awesome. For me, it's more so around United States and India because of course I have examples catering to India specifically. So it helps me. It also gives you information about audience demographics, what are these people, the age, the gender, etc. And this works really well because I can use this to tailor my communication.
Now let's understand the importance of Google Analytics. Number 1, it helps in customer engagement.
Google Analytics gives you all the necessary data to analyze your communication and your audiences. Right from providing the information on how the visitor got to your website to the path that the visitor took. Now, what do I mean by a conversion path is when the visitor came onto my home page, what is the next section that he or she visited, and what is it that they did on that particular page. It helps me understand the page views and it helps me understand the session durations. Now, what's a session duration? A session duration is basically the amount of time that a visitor is spending on my web. It also helps you understand bounce rate. Now, what's a bounce rate? A bounce rate is something like, say for example, I go and visit a website and when I look at it and I realize this is not something that I need, and immediately I'm moving on to the next website. I'm shutting or closing the tab window for the previous website. Now that is something that will be incorporated in a bounce rate. That is the percentage of visitors who visited the website and immediately left.
Number 2, it provides you with an overview of device usage.
Now on a day-to-day basis, consumers like you and I interact or consume data through various sources. This can be through various devices as well. So say for example, I am researching for work or something like that. I will most likely find data through my website on my laptop. But if I am just scrolling through a couple of things on Facebook and I come across an article, I am reading that article on my mobile phone. Google Analytics gives you an idea about the various devices being used by your visitors. Now, why is this important for me? This is important for me even as a blogger, and I'll tell you why. It's important because a particular website may not be mobile responsive. What do I mean by mobile responsive? Mobile responsive is just being able to consume the content on the mobile. So a website needs to get adapted to a mobile model while a person is consuming data on the mobile, right? So if your website is not mobile responsive, you will have lesser visits coming in from a mobile. And if that happens, you need to work around that.
Lastly, it helps you redefine your business goals.
Now, anyone everywhere is starting a website with a particular aim in mind. You always have that specific goal to achieve when it comes to your website. But it's important to analyze the numbers and figure out if your goal is still in sync with the data being provided. Now, it's very important to make some changes to your website based on numbers instead of just assumptions. That's it with this video. Please remember that this is just an overview, the first video in a series of videos on digital marketing. But if this is something that is in sync with what you need to understand as a beginner in digital marketing, then please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and share the video with your friends. It really mean a lot to me and motivate me to make more such videos for you guys in the future. Until next time, bye bye.